Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello, this video will give you a section-wise summary of the poem Passage to India written by Walt Whitman. First of all, let's have a brief introduction to the poem. Walt Whitman's Passage to India is a poem that is part of his larger work titled Leaves of Grass. Passage to India reflects Whitman's fascination with the idea of a spiritual journey, both in a literal and metaphorical sense. The poem was written during a period when global exploration and advancement in technology were connecting distant parts of the world. This context likely influenced Whitman's portrayal of India as a symbol of the exotic and mysterious. The poem delves into themes of spirituality, the unity of humanity, and the intersection of the physical and metaphysical realms. The poem reflects Whitman's optimism about human potential and his beliefs in the interconnectedness of diverse cultures and spiritual experiences. Let us now look at a summary of section first. In section first, the poet praises the current time for its great accomplishments like the Suez Canal, American Railroad, and transatlantic cable. However, he highlights that these achievements have roots in the past, which he refers to as the dark unfathomed retrospect. While the present is impressive, the poet suggests that the past is even more significant as it propels and influences the present. Essentially, he emphasizes the connection between physical and spiritual realities, urging mankind to not only conquer space but also to enrich spiritual heritage by acknowledging and valuing the past. Summary of Section 2. In Section 2, Whitman talks about a journey to India lit up by the stories from Asia and Africa. These tales are like spiritual beams, and the poet praises deep stories and legends. The use of science and technology to connect people globally is just one aspect of a divine plan to unite different races. The poet celebrates a fresh form of worship, a spiritual journey to India, where time and space are merged in the realm of the spirit. Modern scientific marvels are seen as part of a divine plan, forming a new religion that blends current scientific progress with past spiritual achievements. Summary of Section 3. In this section, Whitman depicts two scenes to highlight human progress in communication. The first is the opening of the Suez Canal with a fleet of steamships, and the second is railway cars moving along the Plate River to connect the Union and Central Pacific Railroads. These achievements bring to life the dreams of Columbus, who envisioned linking the eastern and western seas centuries ago. Whitman suggests that these material advancements symbolize spiritual growth. Summary of Section 4. In this section, Whitman talks about the challenge faced by many captains in reaching India. He sees history as an underground stream that occasionally comes to the surface. Whitman applauds Vasco da Gama for discovering the sea route to India, achieving the vast purpose of circumnavigating the world. This is a tribute to the bravery and adventurous spirit of the West in seeking a way to India. The poet envisions history as a flowing rivulet shaping this perception of space. History is seen as an ongoing sequence of events, like a continuous stream connecting with the spiritual sea. Whitman's vision imparts spiritual significance to historical events. Summary of Section 5. In this section, Whitman describes the earth as floating in space, full of incredible beauty and power. Throughout history, people have sought the meaning of life, asking who can comfort them and reveal the secrets of the unresponsive earth. After scientists and explorers achieve their goals, Whitman believes it is the poet, a true son of God, who will connect people spiritually and unite nature and man, forming a divine trinity. While engineers and technicians have connected the earth physically, Whitman sees the poet's role in bringing together the East and West in the spiritual world. Summary of Section 6. In this section, the poet celebrates the coming together of continents envisioning Europe, Asia, Africa, and America dancing like brides and bridegrooms hand in hand. India is seen as the soothing cradle of humanity, rich with ancient history, legends, morals, and religion. Brahma, Buddha, Alexander, Tamerlane, and explorers like Marco Polo are all part of India's diverse history, with Columbus being a key figure. The poet believes that the culmination of these heroic efforts may take a while, but eventually their positive impact will spread and bring both utility and beauty to the world. Summary of Section 7. In this section, Whitman emphasizes that the passage to India is more than just a physical journey. It is a soulful quest leading to primal thoughts. This journey isn't limited to crossing lands and seas. It is a return to the beginning, to innocence, and to the early stages of sacred writings. Whitman expresses eagerness for both himself and his soul to embark on this profound journey. Summary of Section 8. In this section, the poet and his soul are ready to embark on an exploration into the unknown, sailing on waves of ecstasy while singing their song of God. The mutual satisfaction between the poet and his soul initiates their spiritual journey. They believe in God but are cautious not to linger on the mystery surrounding God. Their thoughts become silent reflection on time, space, and death. Whitman addresses God as a transcendent, nameless force, the origin of light and cosmic order, a moral and spiritual source. Summary of Section 9. In this section, the soul's journey is not just a trip to India, it is a demanding spiritual adventure. Whitman questions if the soul is truly prepared for such distant flights, navigating through divine shores, aged enigmas, and challenging problems. The journey is tough, with living skeletons that never reach their destination, yet it is an exhilarating experience. Inspired by Columbus, the poet is determined to find an immediate route because his blood is burning with passion. He is willing to risk everything in this daring adventure, although it is ultimately safe, as all seas are part of God. So, the passage to India and beyond becomes a human journey through God's seas in search of an ideal fueled by intense spiritual passion. In this final section, the concept of India evolves from a geographical place to a timeless yearning for the realization of God. The words passage and India take on symbolic meanings, reflecting the growth and development of the poem itself.